Delighted to introduce Mr. Demetrius Kirk. He is our keynote speaker. He is from, we got to know each other through, believe it or not, the Administrator in Training Facebook page. Demetrius also has won the Longtree in Inspired Leadership for Innovative and Inspirational Leadership. So he is a DNP, a Doctor of Nursing Practice. He won the Color Outstanding Committee Meeting and Committee Meeting Member. And he is the president of SMK Medical Consulting and Compliance Forum. And we love it that he is in Honolulu, Hawaii. So that will be our next Longtree party. So welcome, Demetrius.
Thank you for having me. I'm not sure if it's morning, afternoon. I know Lori just texted me and said, "Hey, Demetrius, where are you? You're supposed to be here." And I'm like, thought you meant 12 o'clock noon. So her 12 o'clock noon is my 7 a.m. So good morning to everyone. Good afternoon to my people on the East Coast. First, congratulations on completing your AIT and your 100-hour nursing home administrator training course. You have just achieved a huge milestone, and it's an honor to stand here with you and prepare for the next journey in your next leadership journey. I want to talk to you today about a couple things, and the purpose of my speech is, one, to leave you feeling inspired, but to have you reflect on your leadership skills and your leadership ability as you get ready to take on some of the most challenging work you will ever do. As Lori stated, I am the president of SMK Medical, but before I became the president of SMK Medical, I was a CNA, and I worked my way up from CNA to LPN. I got my RN, and this just continued up the mountain until I became a licensed nursing home administrator. So I've sat in the seats that you've sat in, and I've done just about every job in the nursing home. So when Lori asked me to prepare a speech, I drew upon all of my experience throughout my whole career, and I wanted to share that with you as you get ready to take on your first nursing home. So I want to start with the truth about leadership, and that might be a little bit uncomfortable, but the truth is you will fail, you will make mistakes, and that's okay, because leadership isn't about avoiding failure, it's about how you recover from failure. That is what will define your success. When I first became a leader, I thought I needed to know all the answers. I believed mistakes were a sign of weakness, and I let fear of failure hold me back from taking risks. But over time, I realized that leadership isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up with courage, trusting your gut, and learning from every experience, even the ones that don't go as planned. I want to share a personal story with you. And this story taught me the power of trusting my instincts and thinking like a leader. In the early 2020, I know it sounds very far away, but that was just close to 5 years ago when COVID-19 first began to spread. There was so much uncertainty. And if you're in a building, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Nobody really knew how to handle this virus and how it was going to impact the nursing homes. They didn't know how it was going to impact the people that we serve. But I knew one thing. I knew I couldn't wait for answers, and I had to act. I made the decision early on, preemptively, to close my building before cases were detected. I developed a COVID unit and restructured my admissions process. I even told my staff, unpopular at the time, that if you worked somewhere else that had COVID in the building, you couldn't come to this nursing home to work with my residents. I knew that these decisions wouldn't be popular, but I trusted my gut. I focused on the big picture, protecting our residents and staff for the long haul. And it worked. Because for nearly a year, while other nursing homes were suffering with COVID, we remained unscathed. My nursing home remained COVID-free, while other facilities that were impacted greatly. Under my leadership, we had no COVID-related deaths. It wasn't easy, and I'll be honest, I second-guessed myself at times. But the experience taught me to trust my instincts, especially when the stakes are high. It also taught me the importance of stepping back and thinking about the whole system and not just one part of it. And that brings me to a key lesson for all of you as you prepare to step into your roles as nursing home administrators. You must transition from thinking like a department leader to thinking like a systems leader. As NHAs, you're not just managing a nursing unit or a group of staff. You're responsible for the entire building. That includes the residents, the families, the staff, and all the regulations that go with it. They have to work together like a well-tuned orchestra. Your role is to make sure that every piece is in harmony. And sometimes that means stepping back and asking yourself, is this decision best for the whole system? It's easy to fall into a habit of focusing on things you're most comfortable with, the department you came from, or the task you know best. But as NHAs, we have to see the bigger picture. You're no longer solving problems for one area. You're leading an interconnected system. The decisions you make will impact every resident, every staff member, and ultimately the future of the building. So how do you build this confidence that I'm talking about to be able to really just be a leader who is thinking at a systems level? How do you build that confidence to make those big decisions? Well, it starts with three things. Can you guess it? The first is trusting your gut. The next is seeking mentorship. And the last, and one of the most important things that you can do, is learn from every experience. See, leadership requires decisiveness. Sometimes you won't have all the information you need, and you'll have to rely on your instincts. That doesn't mean being reckless. What it does mean is using the wisdom you've gained from the training experience that you have to guide you. Remember, your gut is often more reliable than you think. When we talk about seeking mentorship, I want to let you know that leadership isn't a solo journey. It doesn't have to be. I hear many leaders saying it's lonely at the top. And I asked them, what does that mean? They said, well, I'm here by myself. And I said, well, but you're not. You should be surrounding yourself with people who have walked the path before you. You want people who have made mistakes. You want people who aren't just yes men by your side. You want to learn from their successes and from their failures. Don't be afraid to ask for advice. The best leaders are often the ones who recognize that they can't do it all by themselves and that they don't have to go at it alone. You're going to treat, as you move into your role, every mistake as a lesson and every success as validation of your growth. The more you embrace this mindset of curiosity and continuous learning, the stronger you become as a leader. Now, as you get ready to leave this graduation, you all will be preparing for your exam. And I know that when we're preparing for our exam, it comes with anxiety, it comes with stress, it comes with all types of emotion. But know that anxiety for this role is okay. It's natural to feel that way. But let me give you some advice as you prepare. Don't just study to memorize the regulations. Focus on understanding how to apply them in real life situations. Use the scenarios you've encountered during your training, during your career, to bring that material to life. Time yourself and work through your study questions. This will help you feel more confident when the real exam comes. And most importantly, trust yourself, because you've been training for this moment. You already have the mindset of an NHA. Now it's just about proving it on paper. After you've graduated, because you all will pass that test on the first try, we're going to talk, you're going to dig into your leadership bag. And I want you to dig deep down into that bag. I want you to find that courage in you. So as you get ready to go to those interviews, you get ready to lead these buildings, you're there with a straight face, happy, and you're there for your team. But let's dig a little deeper into what it means to lead with that courage you found, especially as you step into the role where the weight of the responsibility is so much greater. See, courage doesn't mean you always feel confident. I need you to understand that. In fact, some of the most courageous decisions I've made come at the moment where I felt anything but confident. Think about what I spoke about earlier. Shutting down my nursing home before other nursing homes had shut down their nursing home. That was an F tag waiting to happen. Courage is about moving forward even when fear is present. There were moments of doubt that I had when I was dealing with COVID-19. What if my intervention doesn't work? What if my team pushes back too hard? What if the families don't understand that I've closed a nursing home and they can't see their loved one? But courage isn't the absence of fear. It's acting despite it. And as NHAs, you will face moments where you have to step into the unknown. Whether it's navigating a tough survey, making a staffing decision, or addressing a critical family concern, your courage to act will inspire confidence in those around you. Leadership is multifaceted. Leadership courage also means advocating for what's right, even when it's hard. There'll be times when you have to push back on budget cuts that might harm resident care, or policies that don't align with your values, or on decisions that prioritize convenience over quality. Those moments will test you, but they will also define you as a leader. Be the leader who isn't afraid to say, this isn't right for our residents, or we need to do better. And don't underestimate the power of mentorship. We've talked about what it takes to be a leader. We talked about how some people feel that they are in the room alone. Now I want to talk about the power of mentorship. See, mentorship will help in building your courage. Early in my career, I had a mentor who told me something I'll never forget. When you're in the room, act like you belong there. I'm going to repeat that again. When you are in the room, act like you belong there. Those words gave me the confidence to speak up, to advocate, and to trust my voice. Find someone who can be that source of encouragement for you. And as you grow, become that person for someone else. See, mentorship isn't just about receiving guidance, it's about playing it forward. Now let's talk about learning from experiences. Every day in your role as an NHA will offer you a new lesson. Some of these lessons will come from successes, as we've talked about, and others will come from setbacks. Both are valuable. When something goes wrong, and trust me, it will, don't waste time beating yourself up. Give yourself 5 minutes to cry and then pull yourself together and ask, what can I learn from this? How can I do better next time? One of the best ways to learn is by reflecting on your decisions. So take time as an NHA at the end of each of your day or week to ask yourself, what went well? What could I have done better? This simple practice will help you grow over time. And as you reflect, don't forget to celebrate your wins, both big and small. Leadership can be exhausting, and it's easy to focus on only what you did right, but you got to focus on what you did wrong in order to grow. Acknowledging your success will keep you motivated and grounded. So as I wrap this speech up, I want to leave you with this. You will make mistakes. You will have days where you feel overwhelmed, unsure, and maybe even defeated. But those moments are not the end of your story. They are opportunities to recover, to learn, and grow. My mom always told me, live life with no regrets. Live life with no regrets. At that time, she would always say, you did what you thought was right with the information that you had. So I want you to carry this mantra with you as you take on this incredible responsibility. Lead with courage, trust your gut, seek mentorship, learn from every experience, and remember, leadership isn't about being perfect, it's about showing up, learning, and living life with no regrets. Thank you for your time.